these are the ways to make money in real estate, potentially. Not everybody will fit each one of these ways, but what I want to do is I want to talk about what you want to talk about. If you have a question about how to research and make money, how to call people and make money, how to meet people face to face and make money, do loan audits. By the way, we finally got the loan audit kind of more squared away. So you can actually go talk about real estate, sell a loan audit, and actually make some money and get involved in the real estate process. It's just all about getting involved in the process and starting. So how you can also make money hanging signs, just bandit signs out there. If you want to talk about how to auction homes, you can do that. If you want to talk about no cash or small cash purchasing from homeowners, great. If you can get a new loan with REOs or homeowners, cash, all the above. If you want to talk about my exit strategy is going to be here, or entry strategy is here, and my exit strategy, I want to do this, and I have this question. Great, we're going to handle that. Or to sell it quickly, to develop it, rehab it, to rehab or not to rehab. Conventional sale, sell and carry or lease option. If you're interested in REO pools, who here does not know what an REO pool is? Okay, an REO pool is kind of a Moby Dick, it's a white whale if you will. It is Donald is a bank and he has all of these properties in his inventory. And he's like a loss mitigation guy. He's controlling the sale of all these properties that they own, the bank owns. The bank doesn't want to sell, doesn't want to list each one of these individual properties with realtors and then take the time, fix them all up. And so what they do is they put all these homes into one file, they call it a tape. And then they give it, they contact people like me who would be an REO pool investor. And I would buy all of these homes all at once for usually a very, very large discount, somewhere between the 40 to 65% range, and I have to buy everything. And we're talking 5 million, 25 billion, a billion, huge, huge, huge pools of homes, hundreds, thousands of homes. It's big time stuff. It's kind of a white whale. They exist. I know somebody who just put one down. Dennis just put one down. So we found his first one after 18 months of chasing it. If you have questions about that, I'd be more than happy to answer questions. Next, if you want to invest in real estate and not buy the physical property and you want to lend notes, buy notes at a discount, or a tax lien, to make sure that it was clear, does anybody know what a note is? A note is a mortgage. Buying a mortgage at a discount below 500 and you buy for 400, the house is worth 500, you just made a $100,000 profit, and you didn't buy the house, you just bought the mortgage. So if you foreclose on the house and people buy it at that point, it's very, very profitable. Secondary way of buying those at a discount, doing a loan modification with somebody on the first, or we change their loan terms through the bank's authorization. And let's say the second will agree to wipe out $100,000 of equity. It's $105,000 a loan, and you settle with them for $5,000. And you say, okay, homeowner, great, you keep this house. I got the second mortgage company to basically they're not going to need any payments. Don't worry about paying them. Eventually, when you go to refinance or sell, they'll work out something at that point. You're the person who owns that second mortgage for $5,000. 2 years down the road, they go to refinance and the house goes up, or they go to sell, and they say, hey, second mortgage, we need to do a short sale. We're offering you $25,000. Sweet, sold. You apply for 5, you sell it for 25, no big deal. They wait 10 years, it goes from 5,000, now the house value goes up, it's worth the full value, now you make $100,000 for your 5,000. Decent little returns. For $10,000, $15,000, for $1,000, literally in 20 years, if you had the right deal, you can make $250,000. I literally see myself making $500,000 to $1 million in the next 10 years, 15 years, just with this one little strategy. You have to be involved in real estate. You can't just be seeking this, because you have to talk to the homeowner to do a loan audit or to do a loan modification. You have to talk to the homeowner to figure out what they want, and then refer them to something that doesn't want, and then maybe need an investor. It's risky, even a little slow, but there's huge profit potential. So, yeah, my name is Dan. This is Donald. You guys are all here curious because you're curious about something in real estate. So here's where we're going to start. This is round robin, open forum. We get you what you want tonight in as few words as possible. We're going to try and help you out. So, number one blue, buy real estate, B1. So that's what we're looking at, B1, bingo. One of my students in the RA Circle Inner Circle, he doesn't have a job right now, so he doesn't have the ability to get a loan. He doesn't have a large amount of cash, he's got enough cash to kind of live on for a few months. So he wanted to say, Dan, how do I do this? I said, fantastic. In order to have this be your strategy, you have to have one of these be your style. His style was to call for sale by orders. I taught him what to say, we practiced. He started making appointments like you would not believe. He just put an offer in yesterday, who the person is taking to the attorney, who, I mean, it's on a California Association of Real Estate contract. I wrote the contract for him. I don't know what the attorney can say. The woman wants to sell more than anything. Property's worth property's worth 700, probably 715, with the addition to probably build out another bathroom and make it probably worth in the upper sevens. Bought it for 660. That's what the offer was, because she owed 660. She has motivation to get out of it. He's going to probably have to come out of, we'll call this small cash, pay for title and escrow, maybe $2,500. Maybe $500 marketing. His exit strategy is going to be sell or carry, because the rate's actually pretty good. He's going to sell for probably, I think he said $690.
Is he taking on her loan or is it her loan?
He's buying the house subject to the existing financing, which means that he just makes the mortgage payments directly to her in this particular situation, or the bank. There's no assuming. We're just, take assuming off of your vocabulary, because assuming means your name goes on the loan. Your name is not going to go on the loan 99.9% of the time. He's buying this house with no cash, small cash. It was high LTVs, probably. He's buying it probably in the 94% LTV, which means there's only a little bit of spread between what it's truly worth, and if you were to take all the real estate commissions out of it, probably would have netted her zero. She tried doing the amazing thing and selling it herself to save herself the commissions, and she became an expired and a don't want her, as Robert Allen would say. So he's going to buy it for 660. He's going to sell it for 690. He's going to make about half a point a rate on $680,000, which worked out to be $350, I think. And he's going to make about $30,000 upfront cash when these people come in with a 5% down payment, and we'll just call that $700,000.
So who are the buyers? That's property.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
So his future buyers are yet to be determined. So, he wanted to do this, but he didn't know what to say. So I taught him what to say. There's a real set script about finding out motivation, finding out what they want, and then going in there and just giving them what they want and having them sign a contract, and then kind of sorting it out after that. So what he had the problem of is not knowing how to get what he wanted. He wanted to have this, so I just told him to do this. This is your style, this is your strategy, and this is how you're going to get out. Because he was here, he had to focus on talking to the people that he should have been talking to.